when you are actually out there looking for a job, you have to be able to identify the skills that you have. So you can tell your employer how you can help them and their industry, okay? So we have to find out about the skills that we have. And in today's market, the competition is really strict, right? It's a lot of competition. So we have to be able to tell the employer that we have the skills and that our skills match what they want. So our step one is, I've got skills, and how do I communicate these skills? The step two is going to be, what skills are necessary to fill the job. So we're going to have to identify both of those. What the skills I have and what skills the employer needs. Okay? So how do I communicate that I am the best of the best? Well, the first thing I have to do is be able to identify what my skills are. So I want you to think of yourself as a product. Okay? You are a product. And you are the CEO of your product. Okay? Whether it's Cheerios or Budweiser. We had Budweiser last time. Whether it's Cheerios or Budweiser, you are the CEO of this product. And you've got two major responsibilities. You have to be able to market your product, right? Because people don't know you unless you market yourself. And you have to be able to sell yourself. Okay? So what do we have on TV? We have commercials, right? Commercials, marketing. That's the marketing. You remember the commercials, and it entices you to come in and to buy their product, right? Or to use their services. No, he says no. Okay, so to market ourselves is to get our name out, right? So we have to come up with some marketing tools. Our marketing tools are going to be our resume, and they're going to be our cover letter. These are our marketing tools. Because if we don't have the best of the best resume or cover letter, we're not even going to get in the door for the interview. And that's our purpose, right? Is to get the interview. That's what the resume is for, is to get us in the door so we can then sell ourselves. Now we're in the door, and we have to be able to sell ourselves. And we have to be able to do that better than the person that interviewed before us or the one that's going to interview after us. Okay? So this is our company. So our skills are a major factor. They're a major factor in the resume. They're a major factor in our cover letter. They're a major factor when we are networking, because networking is very important. So it's very important in the networking and in the interview itself, because we have to tell this employer we're better than everybody else, because we have the skills and our skills match what they're looking for.
And I'll expand the word skills. Sometimes when we think about skills, we think about one faceted, like maybe computer skills, or when you think about the word skills. But it's also knowledge and abilities. So if you think about, when you think about the word skills, expand the definition a bit as you're thinking about the things she's going to talk about in a minute, to include knowledge and abilities too. This isn't just a skill.
Okay? We have 3 different categories of skills. Okay? The first one is what we call self-management skills, and these are our people skills. These are skills that we have that describe how well we will fit in a company organization. Okay? There are skills on are we dependable? Are we flexible? Do we have these people skills? Can we play well with other people in the organization? Right? Companies put an enormous weight on these type of skills. Because if we can't play well with others, or if we're not going to fit in the organization, we're not going to get the job. Employers are looking for somebody that's dependable, right? Somebody that's going to come to work every day and be on time. Somebody that says, if I need something done by 12 o'clock tomorrow, it's going to be done. They don't have to keep asking, is it done, is it done? They can just depend on this person that it's going to happen. Okay? They're going to want somebody that's flexible. Somebody that's going to come to work, and if your job today is to be in customer service, and that's your job. But, you know what? I've got a job that I have to have done today. And I know it's not customer service, but if you could really help, I know you know how to use Excel, and if I could use you in accounting just to help get us through this crunch, I need you to go to the accounting department. And you said, I wasn't hired to do that. I was hired to do customer service. Is that being flexible? Is that something they want? Or they want somebody that says, oh, no problem. You want me in customer service? I mean, in accounting, I'll go to accounting. Right? It's not what you want to do. But I am a team player because there's no I in team, right? Okay, I'm a team player. That's where I'm going to go. That's where you need me. That's where I'm going. Flexibility is huge in a company. Okay, so these are. Go ahead.
That is absolutely true, and I can't emphasize it enough today, because what's going on in organizations, because they're not hiring as many people, right? They're flatter, and so people have to be multifaceted in their ability to be able to move from one place to the other. Not that you have to be perfect in any of those, but the last thing you want to do is give an employer a reason to not want you to be there, and part of the flexibility is really important. It happens all the time, and it doesn't matter how big or small the role is. And sometimes you even have to volunteer to be flexible, I think, in an organization.
Right. Job content skills. These are the skills that are necessary to perform the job. Okay? It could be driving a forklift. It could be Microsoft Excel, Word, PowerPoint, right? These are the job content skills that the employer needs for you to perform this job. These skills could have been acquired through a number of different places, not necessarily a job that you've had before, right? They could have been acquired through maybe you volunteering. Has anybody ever coached a soccer team or Little League or volunteered with Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, right? Okay, you have organizational skills, right? Maybe you learned to do your job skills through a hobby. You could have acquired these skills through any number of activities, not just where you worked before. Then we have what's called transferable skills. And the transferable skills are the skills that are the self-management type of skills that we have obtained and we have learned that we take with us when we go to a new job. If I know Microsoft Word and Excel, do I leave it in the company when I leave here, or do I take it with me when I go to my next company, right? I take those with me. If I know how to drive a forklift or operate a machine, I don't leave it at this company. I take it with me. I have this knowledge. These are the transferable skills that we want to make sure that the prospective employer knows that we have. Okay?
I'm going to give you a personal example of that. I was in a human resources role until 1993, and I did all kinds of things. I did labor relations at one point. I did generalist kind of human resources activities and that sort of thing. But I found this thing called staffing, and actually went from McDonnell Douglas into a bank and led their staffing organization. I've been in it since 1993. And I've moved from a bank to a high-tech company in Oregon called Tektronix, to Xerox, and then from Xerox to Press-Ganey. All those are different industries, but the transferable skills that I brought were related to the specific niche that I had. And by the way, I was pretty passionate about staffing, as you can probably tell occasionally. Pretty passionate about the role, and so that also came through in terms of trying to find the position. So I just want to give you an example. You can move from one industry to the other. You don't necessarily believe that you have to be stuck in that particular industry. Was it easy in some cases? No. But it happened, and I just want to give you like a live example of how it actually did.
Okay. The self-management skills are skills that tell the employer whether or whether not you are going to fit in the organization, right? If I have 2 applicants, we were talking in the last session that Bill received almost 300 resumes for a position, right?
Yep.
And out of those 300, he only phone interviewed 25, and out of those 25, he talked to 10.
10.
Okay? Now, he's talked to 10 people, he's narrowed it down to 2 people, right? And they're both qualified, they've gone through this whole process, 2 out of 300, right? He's got to make a decision. Both good resumes, both good references, both interviewed very well. He has to make a decision. How do you think he's going to make that decision? Whoever fits best in the organization.
What was your definition for fit?
It's either job fit or company fit. Okay, it's how well did they come across in the interviewing process that they're a strong fit for the organization. I'll give you a specific example. One of the unwritten rules at Press-Ganey for a long time was you answered an email in 5 minutes. Okay, that was sort of the role. Now people don't know that, but what somebody might convey in their particular interviewing process is that they move fairly quickly, that they're very responsive in terms of the way that they do things. That's something I might be looking for as a fit match within the organization. I hope that answers your question. That's one example, but there's multiples of them.
Could be a cultural fit.
Yep, could
Company culture. This company wants you to answer the emails in 5 minutes. Somebody else may say, I want you to collect the emails and not answering at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So again, it could be a cultural fit. Again, he has to make a decision. He's got two people, equally qualified. Somebody's going to get it, somebody's not. So again, you have to be the one that's going to fit in the organization. Over 50% of the people who are not successful in their jobs are not successful because they did not get along with their coworkers or their supervisors, because they weren't a good fit, or they didn't have those self-management skills that allowed them to get along with the rest of the people, right? I say, people who play well together. The ability
Be
to
sure
make...
that you think about your emails you're getting ready to write to your boss before you write it. Maybe pound it out for a little while before you. If you're really frustrated about something that boss just told you, type it like crazy, don't send it. Okay, and then go back a little later and redo it again. Because it happens, and I've seen that people just absolutely destroy themselves inside of companies because they were just so frustrated they didn't think through the process of what they really wanted to say before they said it.
Okay? Self-management skills, the ability to manage your personal reactions to responsibilities and challenges at work. Again, how are they going to manage that internal blow-up that they just had? And instead of sending out that email, they're going to take a breath and read it again. Okay? Job-specific skills are the ones that are the people skills. This is, if I'm going to be a manager or a supervisor, I have to have people skills, right? I have to have communication skills because I have to tell people what their assignments are. I have to have good listening skills because these people may come to me with asking questions. I have to be able to listen to see what they're asking.